Make a. You're asking me to what?
I'm asking you to make a persuasion check.
Okay.
He kind of looks at you, looks back at the health oven with the antlers in her head, and says, "Does this really need to be talked about right now? I mean, we're kind of having fun here."
I say please. Otherwise, I'll forget.
All right, and he and the red-haired half-elven lady signal for you to move aside, and we'll get back to you in just a second. All right.
Okay.
What are you rolling? Performance. All right, performance.
I basically took a spiral shisha, put it on one of the towers, and go, "It's a cannon."
Which they applaud your efforts so graciously. It does look like a cannon. Oh my gosh! Why didn't we think about this before? And it's but when that time you hear a little high pitched voice go, "Grog, where are you?" "I'm over here, Pike. Over here, we got someone who put a cannon on our castle. He's so smart. Come in here, Pike. Look." around from this gigantic form of a Goliath comes out this little gnome with blonde hair, and looks like she's carrying gauntlets that she has refused to take off, despite her little tropical bikini feel of a bathing suit. And she looks and she goes, "Wow, that is an excellent cannon, isn't it, Grog?" "Yeah, I told you, Park. What's your name, son?"
Milan Cornelius Albatross at your service.
"Milan. Just call him
Milan. Just call me Milan.
"Oh, nice to make your acquaintance, Milan. I am Gronk Strongjaw, and this is Pike and our friend Tyrion Darrington." And at that point, Terry, the human that's with Grog, is going to stand up and bow ever so graciously and overly pronounced and pompous. "Tyrion Darrington, at your service, and we are the I have no words right now. Extravagant Vox Machina."
In the meantime,
and this is going to pause now. Foldwin is walking up to this, or is he walking up to Navalia?
He's walking over to the first people that he went by, that she went to, because he's like, "Who are you guys?"
Oh, okay. We're going to pause the Sand Castle to go back to Foldwin, who walks up to the Felvin lady with the bear and the human man with glasses and white hair. And what does he say to them? Because they're looking at you. Well, she's looking at you, or she's looking at Foldwin with about the same contempt as Zax did with Navalia.
Does he notice this?
What kind of check would that be? Would that be insight, or would that be a perception? I think it's perception.
Yeah, that would be perception.
Actually,
it says if you're trying to know something before someone knows, I think.
No, insight is knowing someone's intent.
Yeah, I think perception is like just being aware or something.
So, perception check or insight?
Perception check. Okay. Perception. You know what? Make it both.
Okay. That's the first one.
That's perception?
That's perception.
So yes, he does see that.
Okay.
Now you can do insight. And you get the feeling by not even talking to her that she's not really good with elves because they've slighted her.
Um, he kind of grins a tiny bit and kind of tilts his head and says, what does he want to say? He wants to say, basically, you don't like elves either, hey?
I didn't think it was that easy to read.
Huh? Huh?
The female half-elven girl is gonna go. I didn't know it was that easy to read.
Okay, I got a question. This is gonna sound stupid first, but how many towers are there on top of the sandcastle? Like corner towers? Are there just 4?
We'll
I have a
get to you
reason
in
for
a
this.
second.
Okay.
He says, when you've been around my sister enough, you learn how to read elves and half-elves.
Indeed. What can we help you with?
He
She
says,
sounds a little cooler because she doesn't like being read very much.
he says, that he was wondering about her bear, and that you don't. He's seen many of those, but not as tame as that one.
She turns to behind her. She means, "Oh, you mean Trinket? Yeah, he's a good bear. He's a good bear." She scratches him behind the ears. He goes, "Ruh, ruh, ruh, ruh." I've been with Trinket ever since he was a little cub.
Hmm.
He's tame, but he's not that tame. And Trinket looks at you and starts going a little growly.
Baldwin kind of raises his hand, showing that he means no harm. Like, steady. You know.
Trinket goes up to him, goes, like, sniffs him out, and does, and nods his head and walks away. Aw, Trinket, he likes you. What is your name?
He says, Baldwin Silverbreeze.
Well, Foldowin Silverbreeze, I suggest you, might want to... Is that your sister? Or is it a friend of yours?
The one running around frantically?
Yes, around my brother and his, beloved.
Yes, that's my sister. He kind of puts his head to his forehead. His hand to his forehead.
Yeah, she seems very excited, she does.
She's the how to put this? She's the very reckless kind, unfortunately. But when you've lived a life like hers, you kind of get that way after a certain point.
A thing or two about that. Where are my manners? My name is Vexalia, third lady to the House of Whitestone and Baroness, and lady of the Grey Hunt. Isn't that right, Percy? Yes, that is. How do you do? And the gentleman with the white hair comes up and pulls out his holds out his hand. Says, "Hang on, I gotta look this up here." As I had it written down, and I don't know where it's at.
When I looked up that, I was just going to wonder how many towers are on the castle, like corner towers.
There's 4 and 1 in the middle, and you just destroyed the one in the middle on accident, of course.
Oh, because I was about to say, in that case, I motion over to Elsa. She comes over, and Mina goes, "Can you fix this?" And she goes, "Very well." And she casts Mending on the sandcastle.
Okay.
But then the reason why I asked about the towers is Milan takes out 8 gold pieces and puts 2 along, not in the towers, but in the part connecting them. Puts 2 on each side, and he goes, "Now we got some shield. Now we got some Now we got some shields." And it's silver piece he pulls out, by the way.
All right. So I need Milan to roll performance with advantage because Elsa's helping him.
Okay, one sec.
And as soon as I find out where it's
I
at, because I know it's here somewhere.
Okay, thank God I got advantage.
Whoops. Whoop.
Oh God, that was a bad roll. Thank God I had
so
advantage.
it kind of doesn't do anything. It just the gold coins start rolling down.
There are silver coins.
Silver coins, they start rolling down, and it's like you try to catch up to them, like falling, but it just makes it worse. And then Terry and Darrington just starts looking crestfallen. He says, "This is supposed to be a tower of my family's ancestry." And we're going to pause that a second.
Does Mendy not do anything? Does Mendy not do anything?
It fixes the center tower, but not the ones that you're trying to add shields to.
Okay, so basically Elsa like backhands Milan in the back of the head, like going, "Look at what you did, you dot bastard." Then she casts, Milan needs a cantrip, just casts on the whole thing. Then like grabs me by the ear and starts pulling him away.
Bye, Meekin! Bye!
It means before it goes, bye! Oh! Elsa, as she's dragging Milan away, she goes, maybe it's a good thing we didn't revive Rayloff yet. I couldn't imagine the shite you two were to cause.
At that point, the little gnome's ears perk up, say, "Did you need somebody restored?"
At this point, Elsa just lets go immediately, but like she's pulling so far, immediately actually falls down and stands on his face. She goes, and Elsa turns and goes, "I guess we did. Me brother passed away a few months ago, but we've had his body. I'm trying to, how can I say this? We've had his body preserved, and we wanted to revive him. Hopefully."
Where is his name? I'm sorry. Oh, now I know where it's at.
Looks
there we go. Found it.
You didn't have to drop me in the sand. Quiet you.
Okay, we're gonna pause this thing. The pike is gonna start walking over to you, as you're dragging Milan away, and back to Foldwin.
Yeah, Foldwin was talking with.
Foldwin. All right. It is Lady Vixalia, Baroness of the Third House of Whitestone and Grand Mistress of the Grey Hunt, and the one who is extending his hand to you says, "Percival Frederickstein von Musa Kowalski de Rolo the Third." At your service.
Does Milan hear that?
No.
Damn.
Foldwin takes his hand, but has this very confused look on his face, like, I have no idea what you just said.
Like he scratches his head, you mean?
At which point, Vex is going to say, giggle and say, "Oh, you can call him Percy, dear. It's all right."
Foldwin nods and says, "That's better."
So, what does your sister want with my brother?
He says, "We met someone by peculiar means here, and he wanted us to give him a letter or something, a scroll, I think is what it was."
Roll this.
I think it was a scroll.
this would be, I don't know if this would be a deception or, because she's going to insight check you.
I'm not deceiving, though.
Deceiving, alright. She gives you a once over, and it's kind of concerned. She says, a letter from someone who wants to speak to him. Just forgot what she said, I'm sorry. A letter from someone.
He says, yes, we did not investigate the letter. We felt it best to put it directly into his hands.
I see.
We were told you were somewhere else.
Vox! She's gonna call out to him and the other, and back to Navalia and Vax.
Okay.
And the red-haired lady. Upon hearing his name being called out, she's all, Vax is gonna go, Vax, Keyleth, bring your friend back over here, will you?
Okay, and do we all start walking that way?
They start walking that way, but they're kind of torn whether or not to do so, because you're standing there right, obviously trying to get his attention and his attention alone. So Vax is going to turn to you and say, come on, little one.
Okay, and
I'm sorry. Vax has seen a lot, so he's going to call you little one.
I'm also rather short.
Yeah.
Not as
For an
short
elf,
as
I'm
Elsa.
short.
Not as short as Elsa.
For an elf, I'm short.
Wait, this question. Is Pike taller than Elsef?
No. Pike is shorter than Elsa.
So there's actually someone that's actually smart Elsef. Interesting.
Okay.
Where did I put those? Shoot. Okay, never mind. We'll deal with it later. And then at that point, when he hears Vexalia calling for Vax, Grog's gonna perk up his ears. Like, is everything alright, Vex? Yes, Peachy, darling. Go back to your sandcastles. Alright.
Meanwhile, Milan's still face down in the sand because when Elsa was pointing, she just let go as he was like leaning, being pulled, and he just fell face down into the sand.
Okay. We're still gonna go as the three of you meet up with the three of them, Navalia and Foldwin and all of them. What do? They're all together. You guys are all together now.
I asked Vaxeldon if he's sure business with these people.
She's gonna ask what the business with these people are.
She says, I'm not sure. Honestly, I was told to do this in exchange for not being killed, basically, I think.
Killed?
I don't know.
You in trouble?
I just arrived here, and, well,
to be honest, so have we.
My brother spotted someone in the crowd, sneaking away, and so we followed them, and they brought us to a place, and they told us to give you this, and I hand him the scroll.
Alright. If I remember what I wrote down for the scroll.
Oh, that's reverse, and then when we get back to Pike and Elsef.
Alright. Hang on a second. I did send that to you, yes.
Also, good juggling of 3 conversations at once. Very good.
Alright. The letter, upon his looking at it, He shows it to Vexalia with kind of an astonished look, and Keyleth, the red-haired girl who's been reading over his shoulder, goes between the letter and then starts looking at you with a little bit look of astonished and like skepticism at first, and it was like she knows something you don't, like how sort of thing. The same shock comes over Vexalia's face, and she goes, "How do you know the meat man?"
Uh, she says that she was trying to gain information on this place that they are currently in because they're from a strange country. They're from nowhere near here, and the person that they saw sneaking about was his daughter, and she had to pay her 100 gold, and still didn't give very much information.
Another look of shock comes over all four of the faces.
Is it Percy's face too?
Pike is over with you guys.
No, I said Percy.
Percy's face, yes, shock over his face too.
Navalia is just like, what? I don't understand. What?
Did he give you anything else? This is Vexalia talking. What did he look like from Keyleth? And they're kind of starting to press in just a little bit.
No habla common.
I can't remember. Did he give me anything?
He did. He gave you a raspberry beret and the letter.
Okay, I pull out the beret and show it to them, and like he gave me this, and
Everybody does an audible gasp. Victoria quickly grabs it and holds it up between her and her brother. Percy holds his hand to his mouth, and tears are gonna start coming to Keyleth's eyes.
and she
I
says,
have no idea what's going on.
he was tall, but they talked to his knees. That's all I remember.
Can you lead us back to him?
Can I?
Do a history check.
Wouldn't that be more insight?
Insight? If you're trying to make your way back to a place where you had been to previously?
I'm thinking.
Remember? Wouldn't that be history?
Well, history's like a memory check, right?
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Is memory a stat?
Memory is not a stat.
It would fall under like intelligence or wisdom.
I definitely would say history. History is the only thing I could think of for that would be closest to med. Yeah, history is intelligence.
Actually, insight is also seeing what you are.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm rolling insight first.
Alright.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I was gonna say, wouldn't it be advanced because it's only been 5 days? Or no? Okay, yeah, that was bad.
as much as you try to remember which ways you took to get to this place, you cannot remember the correct path there.
I repeat that I unfortunately cannot. I'm so sorry.
Oh, I just think I figured out what the beret is. Not saying anything.
Vex sighs and Vax goes, and Scanlan Shorthalt slips us by again.
Hmm?
Yep, I knew it.
Scanlan And he says, and Scanlan Shorthalt slips us by again.
I just go, who's that?
They turn to you and smile and say, never mind, dear. I'm sure he'll turn up when he wants to. Now you can roll insight.
Okay.
with advantage. I made you roll twice for the other one.
Yeah, Baldwin is there to, I forget about him, honestly.
We'll say he's helping.
Okay.
His presence is bolstering your spirit with determination.
Yeah, that's.
You got advance.
Yeah, you got to roll again. Roll again.
Another insight.
Yeah, because you got advance. Remember?
I gave you an advantage. Remember?
Oh wow! I've never seen a nat 0.
0. Oh. No. We won't go on that one, dear. That. You see a look of sadness, but they start to become harder to read as you try to find out what their motives are. But you also have the feeling that the meat man isn't exactly how he's pictured as you remember him to be.
Okay.
Right, so now we're going back to.
Before I was going to say, before we go back to Milan on Elsif, wasn't Maya also with us?
Mm-mm.
No, Maya's not with you guys.
Okay. Okay. So Elsif looks at Pike and goes, "Yes, we were going to revive my brother. Our friend's father was a high priest, a high Egyptian priest. He was going to revive him, but I'm trying to. What was the name of the cult that we're dealing with?
We seem
Whispered ones.
The cult of the Whispered One. Yeah.
We apparently encountered a cult that upon our way returning to talk to her father, the cult had murdered him, so we technically have 2 bodies. But I figure if we can revive our friend's father, he in then turn can revive our brother, if that makes sense. I myself am a cleric, but I'm not yet powerful to do resurrections.
Pike kind of nods and says, "Okay, well, do you mind if I bring a friend with me? A friend or 2?
Certainly, my dear."
Alright,
At this point, she kicks Milan in the side and goes, "Get up already!" And he goes, Milan's like, "You threw me in the sand!"
Alright,
Oops.
roll
What was that?
D6.
Just one?
Just one.
Ah! That was bad.
That wasn't bad. This is determining who's going with Pike.
Oh, so that's good then. Please be Grog. Please be Grog. Please be Grog. Is it Grog?
It is Grog.
Yes!
Yeah. I was gonna say Vax, but I was like, nope, that's not who I wrote down on the list here in order. So yeah, Grog is. Pike turns around and says, "Hey, Grog, we have to go help somebody." And she turns back to you guys and says, "Are those 2 your friends?"
And she's pointing
at the other group. Yeah.
Yeah, stay with us.
Oh, we should go introduce ourselves. Come on.
At this point,
I'm sorry, I did not get your name, cleric.
Oh, my name is Elsa Fireforge.
Nice to meet you. I'm Pike Trickfoot, cleric of Sarenrae.
Can I roll history on that? Like, if in case Elsif has heard the name, like of like the
religion would be the one to look for.
I mean, like, I'm not I meant to say the Trickfoot family or anything, or no.
No, just
So
the religion.
Religion is int, and that is +1. Okay, give me a sec. Second.
And Grog is rushing up to Pike, going, "Are we going somewhere?" "Yes, Grog, we are." "Oh, goody." You do not know who Saren Ray is, but you figure she's a goddess of something around here. Elan's getting up, and the rest of you go over to the other group, who is sitting there astonished at...
Milan spits out some sand as he's getting up.
And at the look of everybody there, they say we probably should go to a room where we're not so out in the open. And everybody goes over to this cabana that's for larger parties. It's got a nice table around it, and everybody can... It's not very high table. It's like you can sit on the ground, and it's like pick apart and sit, like cushion sitting style cabana. And there's like fruit on the table there, and...
Okay, I have a question.
Yes.
Does Mean have to roll like an inspection check to see what Vax looks like or what he's wearing?
Why Vax in particular?
That's the male, right?
That's the male elf of the two twins.
Okay. Okay, let me just not metagame, but is he wearing... I want to inspect him to see if I can see if he's wearing daggers. Can I roll for that to see if inspect what he's wearing or anything?
Perception check with disadvantage.
Okay, let me check what I'm wearing. Let's see. His perception is... His perception is wisdom.
Do you have anything else you want to say before this happens?
With disadvantage, right?
Yes, with disadvantage.
Navai's kind of say... It kind of keeps repeating, "I'm sorry, I can lead you back to them. I'm sorry, I'm sorry."
"It's okay, Dia," Vex says to her. "We can't find him either, and he's very hard to pinpoint. I'm sure he'll come up sometime."
Foden kind of...
Hang on, let her do her thing. Alduin?
Foden kind of lays his hand on Navai's shoulder and kind of gives it a gentle squeeze.
Is this while we're at the cabana?
This is while you guys are at the cabana. Everybody's gathered around. Terry, Grog, everybody.
You can hear this conversation, right?
Milan can hear this conversation that happens now. Happens in front of everybody.
Okay.
Trinket, you guys notice, gets put into this necklace around Vex's neck like a Pokeball.
What was my roll when I inspected Vax?
From what you can look at from Vax, he's got 3 daggers on his belt, and his belt is a silver snake with the name Simon written around it.
At this point, Milan, after looking at the daggers, he doesn't know if he's going to respond, but in Thieves' Scan, he simply looks at Vax and says, in Thieves' Scan, "Do you speak the language?" That's all he says in Thieves' Scan.
It's at this point that Vax very quickly turns around, draws one of his daggers, and like pins you to the floor with a dagger at your throat, saying, "Who are you, and how do you know the language?" And thieves can't.
I'm going to try to respond to this. I say... Okay, first I say, "My name is Milan Cornelius," and this I'm saying this in Thieves' Camp. I say, "My name is Milan Cornelius Albatross. I'm a noble from the kingdom of Asgore, and I myself am a thief, and I know the and I inquired if you know it because not many people walk around with 3 daggers at their hips."
Okay, I would like to interject and say, Navai's is a noble thief, eh?
Vex Vex.
Wait, one second. Let me check it.
Wait. Let me.
I'll check with thing. Oh.
Anybody who knows Elvish in this group is gonna giggle.
Here's the thing. Mila knows Elvish. Mila knows.
Which means you start to like high pitched kind of giggle and everything. Good one, Amalia. And if Max doesn't giggle at all, he's just like, "Did the clasp sent you?" And thieves can't.
And Melinda simply says, "I have no who the haters are. I just wait." He goes, "I have no clue who that is. I simply spoke because, as you were saying, you were looking for someone. I have my girlfriend, my new girlfriend, as I can say here. She speaks Chan too. Maybe she might know where you can get information, because I don't know. I have no clue where the nearest thief's den is around here. So my girlfriend might have some information for us. Maybe they might know where we can find your friend."
Your girlfriend work for the clasp too?
Can I? It's not here. Can I reveal some things about that I know about the thing? Can I say anything of what we discussed about the Maya, or would there be too many spoilers?
Let me determine this. Hold on.
Here, I'll type in first. Let's see.
Go ahead, Finn.
Navi is very confused and just she doesn't say
Navalia? I want you to do another history check.
Their history, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
With advantage this time. Okay, Navalia, you noticed that when you met Maya, she had the same kind of tattoo that the pirate captain had on him.
Ooh. What does that mean?
Navala says in Elvish to Vax, that she is speaking in Elvish, that she doesn't know what the clasp is, but do they have? Is it like an eye symbol with a ruby in it?
It's a star symbol that looks like a ninja star.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say, with the ruby in the center.
Okay, that's what she says. Does it look like that?
At that point, it's not that or.
She's whispering. She's whispering to him, by the way.
She's whispering to him. He goes. He looks at you kind of strangely and he shakes his head. That's not the clasp, he responds in Elvish. But he looks towards Terry and Darrington. I'm not sure if he knows. I'm going to say he does know Elvish at this point. So, but it's very loosely choppy, and Tyrion's like looking at you with eyes wide and frightened.
I speak in common at this point. What?
At this point, Milan's basically still speaking Steve Scan, and he says the Vashna goes. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm basically going to explain. I'm just going to summarize. Basically, explains about. He's just telling him. Okay, yeah, I can do this. He goes, when we got here, a cult. Apparently, there's a cult, a necromancy cult that killed our friend's father. My girlfriend, my girlfriend. Apparently, she knows the language because she hunts and kills them in this town. Those cult members.
The cultists.
Yes. I figure since she speaks a chant, she might know where the thief's den isn't or the rogue's den is in this area, and we can get some information maybe about where your friend is.
Sorry, allergies suck, yo.
Now, can you please get off me because you're crushing my leg and it's going numb.
Pax nods his head and gets off of you, placing his dagger back in. He's not helping you up.
Navaya would like to walk over to Milan, grab him by his ear and pull him up and say, "You stupid. You don't always speak that language." And then kind of shoves him.
At this point, Elsa's like, What the hell are y'all talking about with your moon speak?
I'm not speaking in Thieves' Ken. I was speaking in common.
She was saying that when she heard that she goes, "What the hell is with that moon speak you always speak in Milan?" And at this point, Milan just looks. I was gonna say when Elsa says, "What the hell is with that moon speak all the time?" Milan just looks at her and goes, stares blank, goes, "No habla common."
Okay, so Terry and Darrington, upon hearing somewhat of the description of what you said, Navalia, looks at you and says in common, "That's the mark of the myriad."
I say the way.
The myriad.
Can I do a history check on that? Or would that be a religion check or what?
Seeing as how she's your girlfriend now, Milan, I'm gonna say do a history check with disadvantage. But disadvantage. Your turn, Navalia.
I say, do you care to explain what that is, or?
Oh, damn it!
I say we aren't from here by any means.
Well, where are you from? Vex asks.
As Minions got up and brushing the sand off himself, he goes, "I just told you, Asgore."
Where is Asgore?
I forgot the name of the continent was for Jedi. Did Mason ever tell you?
Me and Mason never told me.
Okay, Elsa's just going to tell him the name of the continent because I don't remember it. Oh yeah, Elsa goes, "Mainly you daft idiot. Asgore's in the middle of the continent. They won't know it." And she just tells them what the continent's name is.
Okay, we're gonna just make it up at this point. The continent's name is.
We can always ask. Oh wait, hold on. I can look at the map. I'll look at it later.
The continent we'll just say is the missing continent, like we have been, the mysterious missing continent.
Okay.
And for a lot of them, like Percy will say, "Oh, that's that one continent in that lore book I read in my library. It's a continent that broke off a long time ago. When the time of the Titans happened and all the group starts coming around, it's like, really, Percy? Tell us more." And he says, yes, long ago, before the Age of Arcanum, with the calamity of all the deities that happened in Tal'Dorei, the Titans roamed free, and 5 of these Titans were known for making the universe. One of them you step upon today. Her name was Gaia. One's name was Kronos. He was in charge of time. The other was Helm. He was in charge of protection. And the last one, or last 2 actually, Kronos, Gaia, Helm. The the other one is one of the other ones who controls the sea. His name's Cthulhu, and then the last one, you know him as the Chained Oblivion, and everybody else like Pike's kind of gasses. You don't say his name, Percy.
Hold on.
Sorry, I gave out a lot of information.
At Percy talk about that, Milan scratches his chin and goes, and turns to Navalia, Foldwin, and Elspeth goes, wasn't that storm we went through, wasn't that the Chronos storm? Would that have anything?
Elspeth?
Yeah, no, he's asking. He's saying out loud, but he's looking at like our party and saying that. Just like for confirmation.
Jedi.
Who? Milan?
Yeah, Milan's saying that he's basically not like directing it to them. He's just like almost like looking in a direction, saying it. Like basically when you say like something out loud, you want everyone to hear it, but like you're looking at someone, and like Elsa just nods her head.
Yes, go ahead, Finn.
Can I message you something in the journal?
Yes, go right ahead.